A lot of song lyrics there.
Also, an all-time way to get to 28 points. Not many games in NFL history involve 4 touchdowns, a field goal made, and 28 points being scored. Like, you score 28 a lot, but not usually this way.
More or less faith in Philadelphia?
Well, can I settle this debate that's been going on all morning and afternoon about Barkley's play? The best play of the year, best play people have ever seen. This is what it is. Because I agree with Nick. Devontae Smith's catch was better. This was the most athletic feat that I can recall seeing in a football game.
Yeah, so play of the year.
It's a difference. Play of the year is usually a scoring play, a big, game-saving tackle. You know what I mean?
Play of the year.
Athletic feat, that is just
Athletic
remarkable.
almost.
Athletic.
Yes, that's what that is. That was an incredible athletic feat. But it was a, 12-yard game, 15-yard game with it. It can't be the play of the year.
Since
It's just incredible.
we weren't
Greg,
supposed
what
to
you
go
got on
there.
that?
That's play of the year.
That's a wonderful, spectacular, athletic play.
Yeah.
Play of the year?
That's play of the,
How?
the ultimate sign of respect for a player from an opponent is when you want to stand up and watch what they do. When you make a play like that, like players are like, what I miss? Like you see that in live action. Right. We're not even talking about this move right there. That was crazy.
It was a spectacle.
Can I also can I just add something
spectacle.
since I didn't know we were going to do the play and then we can get to the actual question? Much like whenever I see some video go viral of someone like riding a motorcycle doing a handstand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, that is actually going to end terribly for the next 100 people that try it.
Exactly.
We're about to see a spate of high school and college players attempting this, and it's going to go.
Well, that was pure instinct,
I mean, it was great. But okay, but Brew, the question.
But yeah, I'm where I've been on the Eagles. You guys know I picked them to win the division. Now, they may not do that, but they're clearly going to make the playoffs.
Look like a playoff.
They're a very good team. Detroit right now is clearly the best team in the NFC. I would put the Eagles, give them a chance against anybody else in the NFC right now. So they're playing well. Saquon has been spectacular. He has had the McCaffrey-like impact on the team.
Yeah, you called that a long time ago.
That one you did call.
And he's opened up, as you figure, the run game has opened things up for Hurts. Now they're a run-first team, and Hurts looks great. It's a bounce-back year for Hurts. Two things bother me about, and the defense. I mean, the defense is actually playing well. It's top 10 in everything: total defense, scoring defense, rush defense, pass defense. Two things concern me about the Eagles. One, A.J. Brown's injury, because he clearly made a huge difference when he got back.
Get to the
Hurts
real
needs
thing.
him.
The real thing.
The second thing is Sirianni.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday, what he go for 2 4th-and-1s? And I know some people will say, well, they go for it on 4th down. That's what they do. There is nuance. There's no rule that, because we go for it on 4th, we always go for it on 4th.
Failed
Read
2-point conversions
the game.
here.
Yes, and then the foregoing field goals that would have been about 40-ish yards to go for it on 4th down. Just bad coaching. This is the one thing I'll say about Sirianni, though. And maybe it's insecurity, maybe it's a lack of job security. He does seem to listen to the constructive criticism. And weeks ago, it looked like he's unsure of himself because he's trying to appease you. He's trying to answer your questions about his coaching. I think he'll look at this and hear all the criticism and say, yeah, I do need to be better in that situation. So that's one thing that gives me hope. But those Sirianni and A.J. Brown are concerned.
Yeah, look, I do have more faith in them because this time last year when things like this were happening, they started going the other way. It seems like when you listen to Jalen Hurts, they understand, like, we're not going to gloss over this. Yes, we won, but we didn't win the way that we were capable of. Like, there are some takeaways from this game and how we ended the game or how we did not end the game. And so I think when you hear things like that with a guy in the locker room like Jalen Hurts, who is your leader, that's great to hear. But I have more faith in them because they understand who they are. They're going to run the football. We know they're going to run the football. And despite A.J. Brown being hurt, who obviously is a huge impactful player on their offense, they still can get what they want when you set it up with the run and how impactful Saquon Barkley has been in the backfield, out of the backfield, and allowing other guys to get open. So he opens things up for Jalen Hurts. He opens things up for, obviously, their perimeter guys. Sirianni, that's a whole nother discussion.
Well, no, but it is. I mean,
it's a real discussion.
It's a real discussion, but I agree with you. Like, my faith in Sirianni was already a 0 out of 100. So him being a 0 out of 100 doesn't lower my faith. It was built in. So my answer is more, because I don't think they have a top 10 defense actually, but they certainly don't have an awful defense the way they did last year.
Because the rookies have played well in the back.
Exactly, and that's going to happen over the course of the year. The rookies will get better. Saquon clearly has been a revelation, even though his slide at the end of the game was bizarre and could have cost him. It was his second kind of like, what are you doing? Yeah. But he's been brilliant. And Jalen stopped turning the ball over and started. Jalen at his best plays like young Russell Wilson. Take off when I need to, hit you with some moon balls, the deep shots like that. And young Russell Wilson was awesome. Was like a super top efficient 5-ish fringe quarterback. So all of those things are good. But Sirianni is going to lose them a playoff game. And that's how your season ends. Like, I mean, he is just so wildly grasping, and the tush-push getting neutralized. And all of a sudden, you have 2 failed tush pushes from the 1 on 2-point conversions, which then leads to a 4th and inches, and I don't know if we can run the 4th and inches play, when you run this stuff, because you're like, oh no tush push. And by the way, I know you've had the tush push. You are also just allowed to hand the ball to Saquon Barkley. Like, I don't even mind, Brew, them going for it on 4th. And I think the worst 4th down decision of the day was one they didn't go for. Kicking the 58-yard field goal outdoors at cold, like, and give you a chance to win the game or lose the game, pardon me. But so a little more because of Jalen and the defense, and I had no faith in Sirianni. Did I leave you enough time for what you want to do?
I don't want to do it.
Play the animation. Let him do it. Let him have his fun. Let him have his fun.
He didn't look
Let him have his fun.
My goodness.
I was getting my Mac Jones gifts ready to go, but then he came alive a little bit.
Did he?
A little bit.
But he threw a pick to lose the game.
I was about to say, that kind of takes away from it.
He was throwing for, what did he throw for? 12 yards or something? No, early on in the game. He had like 9 yards.
Do you have any faith in him becoming a star?
Yeah, once they get a real coaching staff. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right, that's fine.
Peterson is a good coach. Peterson is a good coach.
The number 1 pick, and he's another
I don't know that he's
coach.
Peterson's, I think, had a winning record or won more than 9 games once ever in his life.
They won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles as the quarterback.
Folks, I'm not defending Trevor. You asked me a future-looking question.
The fact that you call him Trevor now says it all.
Well,
says it all that you
throw
call
a
him Trevor.
game-losing interception.
Right?
I'm not going to use your
not the Prince.
I'm just saying, I still think he can be a great player. He has not been up to this point, and they had a minute 40. Ball on the 13, and time was on their side at that point. That's where I blame the coaching staff. You know what you're supposed to do in that spot? Run the ball. Make Philly use a timeout. Like, you don't even want to score a touchdown on the first play, because then Philly gets the ball back with a minute and a half left. Instead, they call a pass play, and then Trevor forces it to the third-string running back. Bad coaching, bad quarterbacking on that play, bad ball. That's how you lose. You're going to get fired. It's going to be a Ben Johnson sweepstakes. My 2 quarterbaks, Caleb and Trevor, are going to fight for him.
And then when Ben Johnson, it's like, this Ben Johnson. Trevor Lawrence, not Trevor's fault.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.